the GE tax or the GE surcharge. So I'll show you why that really came to a boiling point in the last week. But these were the differences with the two bills. So the TAT is basically a tax on every hotel, right? 9.25%. It's taxed anything from VRBOs, vacation rentals, hotels, condos. That's what a person will pay. That's what you will pay as well when you go to Honolulu and stay at the Pagoda Hotel or go to Kauai with your family. You're going to pay 9.25%. Okay, next slide. Now the TAT was established in 1987. In 1990, TAT allocated itself to the counties. Okay? And at the time, 5% of the TAT was retained for administrative purposes, and 95% of the TAT, the majority of it, was allocated to the counties in that allocation right there. In 1994, again, another public works project, they figure out they cannot complete the convention center. So what do? Let's cap the TAT. They take 6% of that, and there's an allocation that goes out from that TAT pot, which is at about $485 million right now, that goes to the convention center. And TAT was amended in 1998. They now put 17.3% to the convention center capital special fund and 44.8% to the counties. In 99, they increased TAT to 7.25. 2002 limited the distributions. 2009 increased to 8.25, 2010 9.25%, and then the recession hits, and everyone and our economy takes a hit as well as locally and nationally. And so in 2011, to address those budget shortfalls, the counties take the hit for the rest of the state and say, okay, you know what? Instead of a percentage-based allocation that we've been getting since 1990, we're going to cap them at 93 million. And based on that, there's an allocation that goes to the counties. So we'll take our hit to help the state recover and get us through this economic recession that we're in. Next slide. In 2013, the 9.25% increase becomes permanent, and the 93 million cap on the counties becomes permanent. Well, all of a sudden, the counties come back and they say, wait. We didn't mean for this to be permanent. We need to go back to the percentage-based allocation because we're being shorted millions and millions of dollars for our island's local economy. And we have tourists that come from all over the world that stay in our hotels. And so the legislature said, okay, you know what? We'll give you back 10 million, we'll go back to 103 million, percentage-based allocation. And last year they had to extend it to 103 million, and so this year, the 103 million was back on the table again, and I introduced the bill, Senate Bill 1290, that was based on a 2014 working group report that looked at how to reallocate the TAT so it was even and fair to not just Oahu County, but the neighbor islands as well. And the reason why this is important is because right now, this year, we brought in about 485 million in TAT. Of that, 51.8% is generated by the neighbor islands, or 251 million, and Honolulu generates 48.2%, or 234 million. Should go back one slide. Our share, Hawaii County's share, if it was based on the 18.5% that we should be getting, should be $40 million. Right now we get 18 million. So that 93 million, that our piece of that $93 million pie is like $18 million. But we should be getting $40 million. That's a big difference. So you couple that with all the 14 bargaining units that just got all pay increases, and you saw the headline 2 Saturdays ago when Mayor Kim announced that he's got to raise property taxes and he's got to raise fuel tax from 8 cents to 18 cents, and he's got no choice because we're not even getting our fair share of TAT. And this is what it should be. The county's allocation should be 218 million. And we should get about 40.5 of that. So now it should go back 2 slides. Okay, no, go back to this slide. This is an important slide. We'll go back 2 slides. Okay, so what's interesting here is, these are the 2 bills right now that it essentially died in the legislature, but this is what they're looking at. The House wants to increase TAT from 9.25% to 10.25%, or 1% increase through 2028. And they want to take that 1% increase and use it to pay for rail from all the islands, statewide. So they decreased it from 2.75% to 1%. But that's still taking money from Hawaii County to pay for rail. They also want to bring TAT back to 103 million, because right now it's stuck at 93 million, because they never passed Senate Bill 1290. So they're saying, okay, you know what, Hawaii County and the neighbor islands, we tell you what, we'll bring it up to 103 million till 2028. Does that sound like a good deal to you? Not a good deal to me. And you know why? Go forward to the next slides. Next. This is why it's not a good deal to me. This is a 2014 working group prediction that a lot of smart people worked on, that was pretty much thrown in a trash can by a couple of people at the legislature. They didn't want to look at it. But in 2017, they estimated 474 million in TAT that was going to be generated. That's pretty much on the money, because we know the number is 485 million. Well, look at what TAT is projected to do between now and 2025. So if we cap TAT at 103 million to 2028, you think we're getting our fair share of the TAT? If we're losing out on 20 million, 23 million right now, we're going to even get less. I couldn't even believe the House put that on the table. We'll give you 103 million and we'll make it predictable through 2028. Oh, it's a good thing. You should take that. Not according to this graph here. I mean, somebody do the math on 678 million. Times that by 46%, and then times that again by 18.6%, and then you get the allocation that Hawaii County is supposed to be getting. If I had to throw out a number, I'd say it's at least 60 million, 70 million.